Hey, it's Brett and Coach, and today I'm actually not in Chicago. I'm in Decorah, Iowa, to explore one of the best breweries in the world, Toppling Goliath. So let's get started, and let's do some tastings. Toppling Goliath is known for a handful of different things. If you heard of Kentucky brand bourbon stout, that is like their big #1 winner from all of the brewing competitions that they enter, but as well as IPAs. You may have heard of King Sue or Pseudo Sue, which actually partnered with the Field Museum to make those brews just because of the name Sue, and a T-Rex association is actually copyrighted by that, which Toppling Goliath didn't know that offhand when they originally named the beer, so to avoid a lawsuit, they decided to be a collaborator. Like I was talking about, they're known for a lot of barrel-aged stuff, sours and seltzers. They've recently gotten into their own cocktails, spirits, and mixers. Some other cocktails on the menu, even THC and CBD, plenty of lagers, pilsners, and ales. And their biggest list for sure, IPAs. And since Brian has family in the area, this is definitely a place that we hang out a lot when we're in Iowa. And it's so much fun just to sit down and try everything on the menu. Let's just say Brian is an avid fan, to put things lightly. So besides just the extensive beer and cocktail list, they do also have full dinner menu or lunch menu. We aren't actually having food here today since we ate dinner a little bit ago. But the food here, especially the pizza and burgers, very good. So if you ever are in town and want good beer and good food, might be worth stopping in. And there's plenty of to-goes that we will definitely look at before we leave, as well as plenty of merchandise to wander through to get everything from sweatshirts, posters, stickers, glassware, all of your brewery essential needs. So this is a Dragon Fandango, as you can see, very well colored for a fruited sour, bright neon red, perfect amount of tartness, perfect amount of fruit flavor, and they do a bunch of different types. On tap, they do have a lemon meringue Fandango, which is a very similar beer, but it is neon yellow instead and has a great lemony flavor. They've had other ones like the pineapple Fandango. They may have had like a nectarine Fandango before. A bunch of different ones that I think it's one of the best beers that they have here. I just prefer the sours versus some of the IPAs or even the stouts. Delicious for sure. And with the Fandangos, they've even extended into distilling different vodka flavors for the brewery and for the distillery, just tap room overall. So it's very good that they are fully branching out, expanding their market, and just being successful all around. And Brian opted for some research and development beers to see what the general population likes. So he will be trying 2 different ales in this case, and then can use the QR code to vote for which one's better. So with 2 of these research and development beers, I'm going to try Brian's. The first one, a Citra hop, very light, sippable, hoppy ale. A lot of citrus notes, hence Citra hop. Now let's try the second one. This is a Noble Blonde Ale. Not quite sure what exactly that means. All it says on the menu as well, so a lot more earthy, slightly more bitter. Drinks really clean though, and has a nice flavor. But I think I do prefer the Citra because I prefer that little bit of citrus flavor versus more of a typical lighter ale flavor. So which of the 2 did you prefer?
I like the Citra. It's just got the right amount of flavor for me. The Noble is just a little bit too much for a blonde in my opinion.
Normally I don't talk about workers, especially like service workers, airport workers. I want to protect their privacy, but shout out to Phil at Toppling for being our waiter. Just a fun, nice, smart, knowledgeable guy, especially when it comes to the tap list. And it's funny, if you're here, ask for Phil. Normally I don't get embarrassed about filming a whole lot, but then have him walk up behind me while shouting him out. I don't think he heard or reacted to it. This is the first time. Sorry, at least it was something positive I was saying. But with him dropping by, I got an Oktoberfest. Very excited to try this. I don't know if I've actually had Toppling's Oktoberfest before, but I do think it is a good way to compare breweries, considering in Chicago, almost every brewery has an Oktoberfest, including Beguile. Check out any of my Beguile videos if you haven't already. But let's actually jump into it. Smells like beer. It's not the most strong Oktoberfest flavor-wise, but I would say it's one of the more drinkable ones. It is a little bit lighter than I normally like for Oktoberfest. It definitely works. As for events at the tap room, every Tuesday they have bingo at 6, as well as, I don't know the exact days of the week, but they also do tours of the brewery and have a little guided walkthrough of the whole brewery, beginning to end, and I believe you get a free pour with the brewery tour, as well as a little glass. I went on it a year or two ago. It was fun to walk through and understand and see how the whole business grew. So if you want to know anything about the brewing process or how it's made, if you're here, plan it around a tour so you can really get the full experience. Only we were here on a Wednesday because apparently that's game night. You know how much I love board games and card games. Kind of bummed it's not a Wednesday that we're here because I would definitely throw down. We actually brought a deck of cards in case we got bored enough to play here at Toppling. So Brian broke out the cards. I guess I gotta beat him again, like it's my job or something. You can come on camera and say that. You forget about last night? I think I beat you quite heavily last night. Nothing counts if the camera's not rolling. Okay, I won't film a whole lot of card games, I promise. Saving that for Beguile. First hand 31. That's all. I'm proud of myself. We'll move on. If you're more of a stout fan, this is Turmoil Vanilla Bean that Brian is trying. Good dessert smell from it. Sweet but not overpowering. Good depth of flavor. A lot of vanilla. Classic stout flavor, I feel like. Could I drink a whole glass full? Probably not. A couple sips? Good way to warm up. So my third drink of the night is a Camp Shandy Shore, which is a lemon shandy, which I think it's one of the more lighter options if you really like sour beers or fruited beers, but it isn't so tart forward and less acidic on the tongue. I would say this is perfect beer for the summer, on the lake, anywhere outside enjoying yourself. I'm a little nervous about this one. Brian had a very big reaction to it. It is another Turmoil, but this time Cookie Monster. I like to describe this scent in stouts as soy saucy, meaning very like umami, big depth of flavor. Let's see how it actually tastes though. That has the consistency and exact flavor profile of a spoonful of raw cookie dough. It's surprisingly thick on the palate, almost gummy in a way, having the batter stuck on the top of your mouth. It's like you're almost working through it as you drink it. I think his reaction was warranted, just cookies to the max. Just to bring up a point of how friendly they are, Brian ordered a Morning Delight. It kicked halfway through the pour for the keg, and it got into my Fire Skulls and Money, so they just gave me the drink for free because there's 2 drips of a different beer in it. Otherwise, they had to dump it out. They walked over and was like, hey, it's on the house if you want it. Otherwise, we can repour it. Don't waste beer, especially when they're going to replace the keg for Brian's drink, so he gets a good amount for free considering it's a stout. Very good hospitality here too. See, it's that little drop right there. But I did have one drink off camera for just like general quality control. It tastes exactly like how I expected. It is one of their IPAs, so I got a wide breadth of different types of beers. I'll take another sip. Good depth of hops, not overly bitter, citrusy, floral. I'm not the biggest IPA person, but this, I'm happy with it. Even with a slight chocolatey, coffee-y aroma scent on it, it tastes great. But let's taste one of their more prominent stouts, Morning Delight. It smells like a high-end coffee shop that has just like really good, well-flavored coffee. Almost pastry desserty. Very smooth, well done, bold caramely coffee. The right amount of cream, the right amount of sugar. I mean, it's Morning Delight. It's in the name. It's perfect. The beer emperor himself wanted this correction. Just putting that out on the internet. It is maple syrup flavored, so that explains the good coffee robust flavor with that little bit of sweetness. The maple syrup comes through beautifully. Is that tacky to say? Nice sweetness with the bitter, robust coffee beans. So for my last drink tonight, which I got the normal Dragon Fandango earlier in the night, this is the lemon meringue. A nice lemon tart flavor, meaning lemon tart and the pastry. Creamy, easy on the palate. Probably one of my more favorite variants of the Fandango line. So based on our ride, we're in a little bit of a rush, so we definitely do have to drink pretty quick. But this is a Lego version of Sue, the T-Rex, which you can see almost the full skeleton at the Field Museum in Chicago, so which I hopefully will make a video in the future about, just because it's always fun to visit the Field Museum. But while we're on a time crunch, let's actually walk through the little gift shoppy area. And like I said earlier, they have a bunch of different merch, clothing, glassware, hats featuring different beer, so almost everyone can find something that they would like, and ranging from tap handles to stickers, or anything colorful and bright for summer. But what really caught my eye was getting more posters. So I did opt for buying a bunch of posters, meaning we'll need more frames for our wall. But again, Phil was amazing. We closed out, but we gotta run out since our ride is here. So this has been Brett and Coach reviewing Toppling Goliath Brewing here in Decorah, Iowa. But otherwise, have a great rest of your night. Please comment below, subscribe, leave a like, do all that stuff to help the channel grow. Otherwise, I will see you in Coach. Whoa, 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 pause that music and let's rewind for just a minute. This video isn't quite over. We actually head back the next day to grab some to-goes. And it's so good we're even back here at Toppling Goliath the next day. We could actually get some to-goes and bring them home. And we have a growler that we're gonna fill up with to-goes, that they can fill it up on a decent price, sanitize it, do all that fun stuff, and we have something to drink and enjoy for tonight too. Now the decision is what to actually fill it up with. Beer obtained, back outside into the freezing cold, by Toppling for the second, or I guess third time this week being here, so I guess you can say I actually like the beer if we keep going back, and I think Brian would agree with me on that one. Toppling has spirits, and we were at Hy-Vee earlier, so I grabbed a bottle of their flavored vodka. I believe it's mango passion fruit flavored, so I will give that a try later, and I will also let you know how that is. Poured myself a little bit of the vodka, just straight, or I threw some ice in it just to get it chilled. Not high hopes, just because I think all vodka tastes like hand sanitizer. It does have a very nice smell. The passion fruit does come through very cleanly on the nose, but let's get into it before I melt too much ice. That's vodka. A little bit of an afterburn. As for vodkas go, one of the better flavored version. It's not overly sticky sweet. Still hand sanitizer notes for sure. But for $22, $23 plus tax, not a bad choice for a vodka, especially if you really like flavored ones. I don't know if I would get it again just because it's not really my drink of choice, but it was definitely fun to try, and I think it would be much better colder and in a mixer too. I threw some sparkling water in it. That's much better, and a really refreshing vodka soda essentially. This I would drink again. Straight up, maybe not. Guess that's my review. And for our growler, we got Fire Skulls and Money, which was delicious and free of any morning delight. So now the video is actually over, and once again, please like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. And YouTube thinks that you'll like one of these videos, so keep watching, and I will see you in Coach.